Am I? I'm not bright enough.
Yeah, that should also be cold open. I'm not bright enough for Oscar predictions. It's way past my intelligence level. I'm still sat here thinking the life of Chuck's going to be a thing. So, go show how much I know.
Is the Charlie movie still on? They still talking about Charlie up in here?
Dune 2 still a winner.
Did they make Dune 3 yet?
Wicked 2. It's got to be Wicked Part 2, right?
Is that the biopic about?
To my eyes, the
that
Oppenheimer.
is that the biopic about the city of Boston?
Right.
Okay. Let's do our. This is the job. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Oscar Buzz. Trevor here. I am joined by Thomas. And it is time to do further Oscar predictions. This is the thing that we do here. We predict the Oscars. These are going to be kind of like last calm before the storm.
Yes, precisely.
Because we're going to get SAG,
we have the
BAFTA,
information.
Globes, exactly, and Critics' Choice winners. Like this is the first ones before. Yeah. We really start to get the industry nominations, the televised winners, everything like that. We came back and took a 9-day hiatus because I was hit by a 45-mile-an-hour car in a car.
And
I was not just hit straight away, and then it was Christmas.
Yeah, you were hit by the car, for Christmas. It was an early
for Christmas. It was a Christmas present. Yeah, Santa fucking slapped my ass with a reindeer.
He did.
And in a non-sexual way. And
glad we clarified that.
One. But we're back. And it's Oscar predictions, and we're talking about the acting categories today. And because we support women, we're starting off with Best Actress.
Indeed.
So made it sound like it was a joke. I do support women in a non-joking way. I'm very serious about it.
Glad we clarified that.
Glad we clarified that one. I'm very happy that we've clarified this.
Hopefully not our predictions. Hopefully our predictions won't need any clarification and they'll all make sense and they'll all be spot on, I'm sure.
So Best Actress. Okay. This is a weird one. I think we got Mikey Madison. No, I almost said Mikey Moore, the Tottenham 17-year-old. Mikey Madison at number 1. And it feels strange because this doesn't feel like a winner.
No, on the surface, she's quite young. It's not the typical performance they'd go for. It's not really showy in many ways. But if we think Anora is very strong for Best Picture, I think she is very, very deserving of a win. If people are liking Anora, they're going to be liking her performance. She is in the film the entire time. She is the star, the face of the film. She has all the right components necessary to win. And therefore, when I look through the other options, there are some other options of women.
You have Demi Moore. You have Demi Moore.
And you even, to an extent, have Carla Sofia Gascon, who obviously we didn't love her performance. We didn't love Emilia Paris. She is still slightly there in the same way Demi Moore is there. More so than Angelina Jolie. I don't think she's winning anytime soon.
No, I just saw Maria today. I was pleasantly surprised by it. I enjoyed the film. But yeah, Jolie's not a winner. She's a winner in like 2007, but not in 2024.
Sure.
So, and I think that those 4 are locked, right? You have Madison, you have Moore, you have Gaston,
yes, I think that's a good way of starting this because those 5 do kind of feel fairly locked. As much as Maria kind of went under the radar, wasn't seen by many people. I've still not got around to it. It'll be one I need to check off before nominations or whatever. These feel fairly solidly in. Demi Moore has really shot up and is now just a staple of this category. I feel will be hard to miss in a lineup. It would be weird if she missed at this point.
Right, just because there's so many other like kind of volatile spots. Like is Demi Moore really gonna be the one to fall out?
Yeah, I don't think so. The narrative is all there for her. And yes, as we've mentioned, the win potential is there. I think Mikey Madison might just be too strong. I think her performance might be just well liked enough in a film that is strong enough.
Because again, the Madison performance, it isn't even like a typical Best Actress winning performance. Like it isn't like she has like these big moments or monologues or anything like that. Like she has her moments, but like it wouldn't be something without the context of the lineup. It doesn't feel like just in a vacuum. That's the type of performance that wins.
But it would feel weird if Anora did win Best Picture and Mikey
and
Madison
she
wasn't
didn't win.
there to share in the glory. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
So
and it is a similar thing that Anora winning Best Picture, where even though that doesn't feel necessarily correct, it's just what else. And like you again, the argument for more is the career narrative, and performance in a horror movie that's never really been a thing, or like you have these components there, but yeah, like if I'm just gonna think, is Demi Moore really gonna win for that? Like, can
and
I
are the
envision her up on stage?
Oscars going to go for the substance in the same way industry awards will be going for the substance? It'll be very interesting once we start getting sort of industry winners, whether Demi Moore can pick up
Yes,
any of them. Because I currently am under the belief she won't win anything, and this will be a fairly easy walk for Mikey
yeah,
Madison. I would assume she was going to win pretty much everywhere
Globe,
she's been nominated.
first place.
Um, so yeah, if that starts happening, then I do think we have a conversation. I don't think it is over for Mikey Madison if Demi Moore can pick up potentially Critics' Choice and Globe.
Right.
I wouldn't back her to win a BAFTA. That would be strange.
Yeah.
So and SAG, I don't know if it's the
I
kind of
think
thing
SAGs might
they'd
be.
go for.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think either way this will be a fairly easy run for Mikey Madison. But it's really the fifth spot that is interesting in this category where
Right.
we're still looking at about a four people to get that spot.
I think it's 3. I really don't think Fernanda Torres is happening, to be honest. I think that she is a solid 8, but I just don't see her path, like what she gets a BAFTA nom.
If she can pick up a BAFTA and Jean Baptiste doesn't, I think that is the one
Sure.
eventuality in which, okay, the Oscars still do that sort of weird BAFTA thing, but it's
Because
not Baptiste.
SAG I think is gonna go for the top 4 in Arrivo, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
then Arrivo's going to miss BAFTA probably, I
yeah.
would imagine. Regardless, even if she does get BAFTA, I still think that she's gonna miss the Oscar.
I still think she's the type of thing that does fall off. I don't
It's
think
Margot
the
Robbie.
Oscars will fall in
Wicked's
love with
like
Wicked.
Barbie. Wicked's like Barbie.
Exactly.
Robbie
There's
missed.
yeah, Wicked is already in decline in terms of cultural relevance and popularity, and therefore Cynthia Erivo unfortunately is
Is
that
it?
kind of thing that drops off.
I don't know
It's
if I'd say
not.
that.
It is showing signs of it already, and like it's not going to be this massive thing by the time we actually get to the Oscar nominations themselves. I don't think, personally.
I mean,
So
that's
I
2
think
weeks.
Cynthia
I
Erivo
don't know.
is the thing that drops off. But Nicole Kidman
I
is
agree with
slightly
you.
more of a worry. Baby Girl's the type of thing the Oscars never would usually touch, but it's Nicole Kidman, and she could be in line to win Globe.
And apparently she's one of, that's one of her best performances in years.
Well, yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, in my mind, I agree with you. I don't think Arrivo is going to end up happening in the end. It is just a question of, to me, Baptiste or Kidman. And I lean ever so slightly towards Baptiste because I just feel like that performance, it is more the type of passion pick that I see feeling out a fifth slot in a more contentious, weaker field like this than something like Kidman.
Yes, yeah, no, for sure. And Hard Truths also has slightly more chance of getting
Screenplay.
elsewhere attention exactly in screenplay. So it might be more on the radar of people looking to nominate for Oscars, whereas Baby Girl, I think, is the type of thing people will watch over this period, but then not really consider for major awards
Yeah.
in the same way. Like, if Baby Girl had a really good showing at Critics' Choice, maybe we could have started to see it build that momentum, but it just doesn't seem like it's there for it. And therefore, Nicole Kidman would be just sort of a strange thing to just randomly nominate the film for. I think like we've already got
Mhm.
sort of Angelina Jolie in the lineup as a
And let's
potential
not
low
forget,
nomination for
and
the
let's not
slot.
forget, Marion Jean-Baptiste picked up 2 of the Critics' Trifecta.
Yeah,
Like,
which is always a good
she
stat and thing to look for. Yeah.
right, which I think is like 11 of the last 13 to do that or something like that got a nomination. So that is like, obviously there's no voting overlap, but that is a very good sign for passion.
Yeah.
And when you have a very contended final slot like this, you got to have passion. And I think Baptiste is going to have the most passion behind her.
Yeah. Most likely. Most likely. But either way, it should be an interesting. It will be interesting to see where wins are going. I think this is the category that is still very much up in the air in terms of
For sure.
nominations and win, because there's always a chance Angelina Jolie slips out. There's not really any reason she's that high in our lineup
I
other
don't
than the fact that it's
think
Angelina Jolie in The Rain
Gaston
biopic.
is a lock.
I would
Well, I
say
mean, I
she's
know what he
pretty
said.
locked
Sorry,
in.
I know he said 4 locks, but like I don't see Demi Moore or Mikey Madison slipping at all. Jolie and
No, I
Gascon.
don't think Gascon's falling out of the lineup.
No, I think Jolie and Gascon, there is, for both of them, a slight chance that we wake up on nomination morning and they're just not there, and it's like Arrivo and Baptiste.
Jolie, yes. I kind of disagree with Gascon. I don't know. Think she is.
I'm not 100%. I'm like 98%, not 100.
Yeah, there you go.
But
and then as we said, Fernando Torres still there. Slightly.
Fernando Torres is there, but yeah,
she's still here.
Yes, she is. Yeah, we see that.
Clever. It's witty. This is the kind of Oscar coverage you missed.
On to actor, and I would act a horror for some of the. No.
What the fuck was that?
I was trying to participate. I
would borderline cut that.
I would not, because I'm editing this. Adrian Brody, you see that shirtless picture of him that he put on the magazine for the campaigning?
I didn't. I'll need to seek that out.
Okay. Do you see Timothy Chalamet getting interviewed by Nardwuar?
No. Again,
do you know who Nardwuar, the human serviette, is?
No.
He's this little fucker with the hat that, like, he's like, doot. We have to know. You're Timothy Chalamet. We have to know. People know what this is.
Okay. Sure. All buy into the delusion. Wait. I'm speaking to the audience.
The fourth wall.
The fourth wall. Exactly. Which, speaking of four, we've got 4 fairly locked people in this category.
We have 5. It's Adrian Brody's winning
Craig's
this. Yes, because it tried to convince me that anybody else is getting in. Adrian Brody is a clean sweep, straight through. Chalamet, listen, Searchlight's biggest opening, all that shit. It's Timothy Chalamet playing Boba. I don't fucking care. Adrian Brody is clean sweeping this category. Sorry.
Most likely.
Ray Fiennes is there. Colman Domingo is there. And Daniel Craig is just kind of here because literally who else? Sebastian Stan, for either of his
would be worthy. Would be worthy of 2 noms.
He's phenomenal in both.
In this category.
Yeah. Jesse Eisenberg, a real pain. I don't even know if it's getting picture anymore.
No, we'll discuss that in our final. Go check out our best picture video, but it already might be a little bad.
But it already might be outdated.
And then, I'd love to see Hugh Grant in this lineup. Just because, wouldn't it be wild if he just sort of lodged himself into this awards conversation?
It's not even good.
I've not even seen it. I would just like to see Hugh Grant. As part of this lineup.
Why?
Because he's Hugh Grant, and
it's Daniel Craig.
Well, sure.
Queer. We like those.
Yeah, we also like heretics. What's the problem?
This is true. I'd love to see a queer heretic.
Yeah. Nothing to add to that. That piece of comedy gold is stay where it is. Doesn't need to be workshopped anymore, that
one. But anyways,
fucking hell. That is a sign.
Wong Kar-wai's just attacked me. He's gonna live on the floor now.
That's probably for the best. Get back to your place.
I'm paranoid now about Ingmar Bergman. I need to all right.
Yeah, when we get to supporting actress, that's when he's really fired up.
I know he's gonna.
That's where he has his strong opinions. It's like, okay, Felicity Jones is getting in.
Wong Kar-wai really fucking wants fucking Sebastian Stan to get in.
No, it's Hugh Grant.
Wong Kar-wai's very.
It's Hugh Grant he's going for. Obviously.
Well, Hugh Grant's the heretic that just like did religious magic or something.
Sure, that's how it works.
They do really, that's what they do, right?
They do magic.
It's religious magic.
Religion.
Yeah. It's like Harry Potter.
Yes, Jesus and Harry Potter, basically the same person, I'd say. And you can't argue I'm wrong.
Rose from the dead, fights a white guy.
He didn't rise from the dead.
Harry Potter rose from the dead.
Oh, he did, didn't he? That was a plot of that weird film.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen this.
Convince me that Daniel Craig's not getting nominated. Speaking of British queers.
I don't think there is, unfortunately.
Okay.
As much as I'd like it to be a conversation, it probably is just a straight.
It just really isn't because these 5, Brody, Chalamet, Fiennes, Domingo, Craig. These 5 are just going to sweep straight through. Not like I don't see any of them really because this is just the SAG-5. It just
Yeah.
is. And then this is just like 5 of them are going to get into BAFTA, and then you're just going to add one.
Yes, I don't see a reason. Yeah, you'd five.
Unless they snub
BAFTA,
Domingo. They could snub Domingo because the BAFTAs are notoriously racist.
and they would definitely put in Hugh Grant instead. It's
I don't
definitely
even think that's
for.
true. I don't
Hugh
even
Grant
think
is
that's
definitely
true. I
getting a
don't even
BAFTA
think
nom.
that's true. No.
Yeah, he definitely is. Okay.
You're probably right. But regardless, Domingo's not going to miss the Oscar. It just really isn't a conversation at this point.
No. And Brody will, as you say. Sweep for everything, Timothée Chalamet.
Yep.
In another year. Try your best. Try again next time.
Yep. Try again. Got to practice harder.
Yeah.
All right. Supporting actress.
This is more of a minefield. Because this could be any number of people. There's not a clear winner. There's not a clear set of 5 nominees. There's two clear nominees. Yeah.
Saldana,
and one of those is winning.
I'm low-key leaning Ariana, but I'm not sure.
I still think Saldana. I still think Emilia Perez has, for better or for worse, become a staple in this award season, and Saldana will continue to win awards. I don't see where Grande's picking up the wins from. Like maybe SAG, but Saldana could also win SAG. So there's no clear-cut places for Grande to win. Whereas I think
I don't know. I think SAG is the place though. And I think if she can pick up SAG, like,
do you even think that would be enough though? If Saldana presumably will win the Globe, because Globes went crazy.
They loved it, yeah. And then Critics' Choice potentially.
And has BAFTA, much more of a chance of winning BAFTA than Grande, who will never win BAFTA. There's at least a chance Saldana wins.
I don't know. I'm fine with sticking Saldana at number 1. I'm fine.
I would stick there.
But I just have kind of a gut feeling that Ariana could just go all the way, and it isn't really founded on anything. I just, if I'm closing my eyes and imagining, I just see Ariana on the stage more easily than they do Saldana.
Yeah. And I'm not saying no. I think there is a very strong chance it could end up being that.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is honestly as close to a coin flip in these acting categories as you can get.
This is the tightest.
This is easily the tightest one. Yeah, and for nominees, because there are a good number who could slip in, whereas the other ones have like sort of maybe it's a 5 spot I think grabs.
Okay. I think Felicity Jones is just in, from what I've heard about the performance. Like, she's apparently like in a wheelchair. She screams, she yells, she cries. If we think that movie's gonna be big, I think Felicity Jones is in.
Why did she miss? Which one did she miss? The Globe. That's what's bugging me.
It's the Globes.
It is the Globes.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I still feel confident about her getting it because she's gonna get BAFTA, and I think she just gets SAG, and then it's fine.
Yes, there is the yes. I mean, the thing is with the Brutalist, if it is underperforming anywhere, this will be the key indicator. This is the one. This is like the canary in the mine shaft. If this goes, I think the Brutalist is slightly underperforming and slightly not doing very well, and I think this will be the one to go. Honestly, I think Guy Pearce is very solidly in, and Adrian Brody, as we mentioned, is in winning.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense, but I just don't. I don't think that canary's gonna squawk or whatever they do.
I'm not sure.
I don't think it's gonna fucking howl.
Yes, the famous howl of the canary.
The howl of the canary. They do that in Norwich, right? So I don't know. I just think she's in, and I don't really foresee this film having issues. Like, it has been getting pretty universal praise, industry critics. Like, I just think we'll be fine. She's not going to win or anything, but Margaret Qualley, I think, is also in. I feel kind of confident about that.
I would at this stage, just because the substance did quite well on the shortlist, has surged in momentum, and it would be it.
It did not do quite well on the shortlist for the record. It missed a few things. It missed like VFX, and it missed like sound.
I thought it got what it needed to. maybe didn't.
Well,
I don't know. This is
who cares?
based on no facts anymore. Let's just say it did confidently.
I
Did you
don't.
not watch The
Sorry,
Apprentice?
I'm a big.
Never admit anything's wrong. Just
Right.
attack.
We're gonna take the Roy Cohn strategy.
We're gonna take
awesome
Jeremy Strong's exactly. We're gonna take Roy
shortlist.
Cohn's.
I'm too tall for that shit.
Exactly.
I'm not beta and small. Can't see
exactly. But either way, Margaret Qualley is a major part of that film, a major part of why that film works. If people are liking that film, why would you not go for it when it's right there on the table? Why? There's no reasons. So yes, I would agree with that.
She also made me like get women a little bit.
What?
Like
you're gonna have to explain that one.
As a gay man who doesn't really like get women, like she's attractive in that. I'm still not sexually for me because I'm just not like that. But like I get it. I understand what y'all be seeing.
Yeah, sure. For me, it was Isabella Rossellini.
Oh yeah, that made you get.
That was a joke. It was a comedic bit. But either way, she
as opposed
very
to
smooth transition. These segues have only gotten better in our hiatus. Yes, I think she is the fifth spot just because I think she'll get BAFTA, and therefore Conclave is a big deal. Apparently, of course.
Apparently, the Catholic Church is a big deal. Apparently,
the streets are saying that Conclave is a big deal. So
the word on the street is the Pope is kind of important. Who knew?
Yeah,
not me.
Who knew? So either way, I think in the same breath we are just putting Felicity Jones and Margaret Qualley in. We can take out Daniel Deadwyler. I think that is exactly the kind of thing that gets snubbed.
I think
the Piano Lesson. Who the hell has seen The Piano Lesson in 2024?
Not me.
Not me. And she was unfortunately snubbed 2 years ago, and I think the same fate will happen this year, whether that's deserved or undeserved, of course.
Yeah, I think I could see Qualley dropping out depending on the substance performance for Deadwyler. That is the one thing I could see happening. Then you have
Selena Gomez. No, Selena Gomez is much more likely than Daniel Deadwyler to slip in, I'd say. I think Selena Gomez, there is a very good chance she still gets in. She will probably get the SAG nom. And if the Oscars go for Emilia Perez in the same way the Golden Globes did.
Over who?
Over Rossellini. I don't imagine Rossellini's going to pick up a SAG nom.
Maybe. But I could still see that being Deadwyler because
I don't know. That is true. That is true.
I could see Deadwyler actually getting SAG there.
I am just perpetually worried the Oscars are going to go for Emilia Perez in the same way the Globes did. I don't see any reason they necessarily wouldn't. It's a very European branch. It's a very European collegiate of people these days.
Yeah.
And they're just going to
go for the absolute worst.
They
did so well with Anatomy and Zone last year. They did so well with Anatomy and Zone last year, and then now they got to do this shit. They fed us too good.
Exactly.
Also, Anjanu Ellis-Taylor should 100% be getting nominated. She is phenomenal. She won't, but she should be getting nominated because Nickel Boys made me a believer in whatever that is. Because, goddamn, made me a heretic for that shit.
A lot of religious bits this episode.
Because that was astonishing. She deserves a nomination. She scrapes a pie off of a knife, and I was like, damn. Anyways, I think that's it
the Oscar clip right there, right? That would be the Oscar clip.
Well, for the knife. I nominate the knife for supporting act. Well, I shouldn't assume it's gender.
Right. That's more than enough of that. Yes, let's move on to supporting act.
I think Ariana is going to be the Grande winner here because that's Spanish. I don't know.
Yeah.
Supporting actor. I'm still feeling Culkin, even if A Real Pain doesn't get into picture. I still think Culkin because Guy Pearce.
It would be strange for two of the Brutalist actors to win, I think.
Right. Especially from what I've heard about Pierce's performance. I feel like it's low-key going to be like a De Niro in Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah. Kind of. I would agree with that.
A more understated antagonistic role. And Kieran Culkin, and yes, these films won best pick, but like he just feels like the Kotzer, he feels like the Kehu Kwan, like the Divine Joy Randolph from last year, Yunya Jung, like, and I know that those films got into Best Picture and were top contenders for Best Picture, won Best Picture, etc. But regardless, if you look at this field, if he's going to be winning stuff like Globe and Critics' Choice and potentially SAG, like, because I don't see where the competition is. I just think people are just gonna really get behind his narrative. Food.
Yeah, I mean, I was always very skeptical of this and remained very skeptical, partially due to the fact that I don't think this is a good performance and that wouldn't be worthy of a win. But then I watched that Actors on Actors roundtable that Variety did with him and Coleman, and I kind of do want to see him win. And if people are in the same boat as me, which I imagine there are a lot, because it's a good boat, Kieran Culkin does feel like a winner. He feels like a winner in waiting for this performance, weirdly.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that is the case, but it is the case. And
it just feels done in my mind.
The more he does. Exactly.
Right.
This race kind of feels like it's been sewn up for him for a while, for a very long
time.
And
let's pat ourselves on the back. We called this like a while ago. We called this months ago because, again, it is just that type of very lovable performance. And once you get him up on stage and his his drunk ass, like at the Emmys or whatever, just starts yapping about random shit, like he's just a very lovable, charismatic guy. Yeah. And people are gonna want to see that.
In a way that, like, do people, do we want a worthy, pretentious speech from Guy Pearce? Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't think people will really be wanting that. As much as the performance may be worthy of its flowers, I just don't see that being a thing people want this award season. I think people like fun these days. These
days. They didn't like it. 2018, hated fun.
No, hated fun.
No. But now, the woke, making everything fun.
Exactly. People want to do it.
Don't know what that's about.
Out of a Culkin speech.
And then they want to make it into a little dance. Turn his mouth into some movements for a dance. You got yourself a dance.
Strange. That would be a strange way to start
I want to make like interpretive dance piece
with Kieran Culkin's mouth.
No, with all of not with his specific. It can be anybody's mouth. I'm not discriminatory, but it can be from the mouths of all of the winners of the Oscars, and then I'll hire dances and choreograph dances based off the movements of the lips of the speeches. And then maybe throw in I Have a Dream for the bit.
And then I Am Become Deaf, that one.
Right, that one too.
That would be really good. That would be really good.
Well, then you like put them together and it's like,
I have a dream that I become deaf.
I have a dream I become deaf. Like,
exactly. It's just a man. It's just Kieran Culkin, a man dreaming about being the Grim Reaper. It's a great. It's a great piece of dance. I think we said,
and it's gonna be for TikTok.
Yes, of course.
Where it will go viral.
Yes, exactly.
Before they take it away from us.
Thing to put in a 60-second. Clip.
It isn't 60 seconds. TikToks can be hours. They can make those things as long as you want. Yeah. They also just made YouTube Shorts longer than 60 seconds.
There you go. I did not know any of this because I live under a rock.
So Clarence Macklin, I think, can be another one similar to Culkin, where it is going to be very lovable, right? And that is the type of guy that you'd want to get up on stage. Unfortunately, I just think things kind of dying.
And unfortunately, there is a strong chance that he could just drop out of the lineup. He could just drop completely. Out. There are a very solid. We've got a very solid 6 that any one of them could be in.
Right, because so to run down, you got your Bursov and Anora, which assuming Anora,
we will take out Culkin and Pearce. We'll throw them to the side for now, much like we did with Saldana and Grande. These are two very similar categories, actually, except with the winning debate.
Yes, because you got Bursov. If Anora's going to be strong, he can just coattail very, very good performance, great work as an audience surrogate, etc.
Yeah.
You got Denzel. He's Denzel. He's in a mid as fuck movie. But
no, I quite enjoyed that. And he's the best part of it.
The best part of
Gladiator 2 slander. We don't need that.
The best part of that movie was Paul Mescal's arms.
No, that's not true. It was
And
the intensely rich dynamics that Ridley Scott is able to craft with the character relationships. Oh, it's a beautiful film, Gladiator 2. It's sort of mid. It's sort of a 7 out of 10 film, but I just think you're being harsh on it.
I don't like Ridley except for when he makes good movies.
God.
So then after Denzel, you've got Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown, which maybe, depending on if A Complete Unknown can coattail in. As of now, I think Denzel just rides in because outside of that, you got Tucci, you got Strong.
Strong would be honestly my pick.
Strong
and
would
we
be
mentioned this sort of
my winner. Yeah.
Yeah. And Adam Pearson as
Pre-Scene
well.
Brutals.
Get Adam Pearson in the lineup.
Get Adam Pearson in this. Adam Pearson.
Get
Like those
both
would be my
them
top two. Those would be my
Yeah.
top two. Again, before seeing The Brutalist, but like, yeah, would absolutely love to see both them in here.
I think Tucci is a thing people were predicting before they watched a film, and immediately once they watched the film, that I don't know, Tucci's not really in it very much, and it's not really at all.
But for some reason, your sexual awakening, Isabella Rossellini, is able to get in for one scene.
Well, rightly so. Also, that's not added to the cultural canon of Thomas Glasser. We are not having Isabella Rossellini as a sexual. That is not needed.
It's not what's needed, but it is what you deserve. Yeah. So, yeah. As of now, I'm still having Edward Norton just barely missing, just because I don't know where he breaks this 5 at Precursors. Like, I don't think this 5 gets broken at SAG, is the thing. And I think SAG will just translate.
Really? You don't think there's potential there?
There's potential, but I don't think
I just think it is very easy for Norton to just substitute in and Denzel Washington to just substitute out. I think that is a very real and feasible possibility. I also think there is a real chance Clarence Macklin misses the BAFTA and then suddenly is out of the Oscar lineup as well. And there is also a chance Yura Borisov is just a thing the early precursors do, and then industry goes, nah, not sure about that one.
Potentially.
So all of those are solid options. I would actually agree. All of these are just sort of facetious arguments to stir up conversation. I also think Denzel Washington, Borisov, and Macklin will make the 5.
Thank you.
But
Thank you. Good
I just don't want Edward Norton's name to be cast.
Yeah, and I don't want to cast it aside. Like, I think, as you said, it is very much a 6. It's a 2 and a 4, right? And there's always a chance for Norton, but I don't know. At this point, I need to see him take over before I commit to any drastic change. Well, it doesn't drastic. It's switching out the 5s, but
we're
not
doing anything radical there. We're not making a difference in the world if we switching Norton over Washington.
I don't know, the butterfly effect of the wind from moving my finger. Maybe that's what killed Jimmy Carter. You don't know.
Maybe.
Gust of wind knocked him out.
Yeah. Gust of wind almost knocked you out. Oh, no, sorry, that was Wong Kar-wai.
That was Wong Kar-wai.
That was a different thing. That was his own volition that was forcing him.
That was Wong Kar-wai hereticking my head. Yeah. Anyways, I think those are acting predictions. We'll see if these change in 2 weeks, but probably not. We'll do a directing, writing predictions, and then tech predictions, and all the rest, and the sort and the things to do with everything. So, thank you everybody for watching. Until next time, you can follow us on Letterboxd, and you can follow me on Twitter, but all I use Twitter for is posting screenshots of my Letterboxd reviews. So just follow me on Letterboxd. All right. We'll see you guys next time in like a day or two, depending on how lazy I am with editing. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.